What's up, guys? So everybody needs to stop making Campbell's tomato soup. Right now, I'm making roasted tomato soup, and I'm gonna have an Asiago garlic bread to go with it. Just stay tuned, you'll see the recipe, link in the description. We're valid.
Hey guys, how's it going? So I just really want to say thank you for tuning in to the first video for the Chef Huebner YouTube page and Instagram page. Recipe today, as stated prior, is going to be a tomato soup roasted with a Asiago garlic bread. This is really the first video that I am putting up. I did make an introduction video prior to this, but due to the quality of the video and it being the first time that I'm actually recording something with my GoPro, I didn't know anything about the settings or lighting or whatnot, so I just decided to make this my real introduction. So this recipe is really simple. We're going to start off with about 3 pounds worth of plum tomatoes, and we're going to quarter them and then scoop out all the seeds and membranes. To that, we're going to add in 2 onions, quartered, and roughly 6 cloves of garlic. That should do. Just going to give those a nice light smash, and we're going to toss those in the pan after peeling them off. And then after that, we're going to add a nice glug of olive oil, season with salt and pepper, and then we're going to bake at 425 for about 40 minutes. Oh, and we can't forget the jalapeno. So I'm just slicing this in half, and then I'm going to clean out the membrane and all the seeds just to avoid any unnecessary heat and bitterness that may come from that pith inside of the pepper. And we're going to toss to combine. We cannot forget that. And we also want to get everything skin side up. So all those tomatoes, I want that skin to blister as soon as it lets all the water out of that skin. That's going to give us a real nice flavor, deep caramelization in the oven. 425, about 40 minutes, you'll see the results. Now we're moving on to the bread. So this is an Asiago garlic bread. I'm going to start off by slicing this bread in half and then cutting it in half again, opening it wide, and then just pressing it down nice and firm so that it lays flat on the cutting board, so that it will lay flat on the pan. And right now we're just doing a compound butter. 1 stick of butter, about 6 cloves of garlic. I'm going to chiffonade up some basil, and then just run my knife through it one more time. Now a chiffonade is just a ribbon cut, so you're going to roll your herbs really tight like a little cigar, and then just run your knife through it as smooth as you possibly can. I usually do it once over on this just because it's a compound butter, but you know, the ribbons are great. Nice hit of paprika, about a teaspoon, a couple shakes of dried parsley. I prefer dried parsley in compound butter compared to fresh parsley. A hint of chili powder just to add a little bit of spice, fresh cracked pepper, and we're going to hit it with some salt after that. And then just combine it really well. And after that, we're going to paint it onto the bread. Now, I don't know why I have an obsession with like speeding up the video so much whenever I'm grating something, but I just find it like so satisfying. These pieces of bread are going back into the oven, 425, just until that cheese melts and it gets really nice and crispy. But this is what I was talking about earlier. We wanted that skin to blister on everything. Everything is nice and golden brown. A lot of the moisture has been sucked out of it. And right now, we're just loading it up into the Vitamix, and this is my mom's first time using this brand new Vitamix, so I'm going to let her take the reins for a little bit.
Yep.
How much?
Go.
Oh,
Yeah.
So now that we have everything blended up in the Vitamix, I'm going to pour it all into a stock pot or a saucepan or any sort of a pot that you have that could obviously hold the volume of what you're making. Adding the rest of that can of chicken broth in, about 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream to give it that silkiness and richness that we all love in tomato soup. Give it a final stir and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Shifting adding up some more basil just to finish it off. That basil hit on your palate as soon as you take a bite of that soup is just so refreshing and so nice. And I always look forward to it whenever I'm having tomato soup. This is looking good, and if your tomato soup is red, all you're eating is dyes. It's not good for you. But let's just take a moment to admire the crunch on this bread.